Three, two, one. Three, two, one.
Lily.
Yeah! Hmm?
See if there's anybody needs help. I don't see anybody. Everybody seems to be fine to me.
Well then, let's get going. Shall we?
Special Supervisor Halcyon. Identification code confirmed. This public trial will commence shortly.
In this trial, only myself and the supervisors have the authority to make statements. Along with Mr. Tazaki and the witness, who have been granted permission to do so. Albert Rumford died on December 17th at his home in the Research District. Time of death presumed to be 7:55. Cause of death assumed to be murder. Allow me to give an overview of the incident, based on the evidence brought to light. According to the scan of the body that was discovered, the cause of death was a puncture wound from a roughly 23-centimeter long blade. The murder weapon has not been recovered. The corpse was discovered in the laboratory at 9 on December 17th. It vanished shortly after. The lab access registry indicates that Keith Tazaki was the only individual to enter the lab after midnight on December 17. There is no evidence the access registry has been tampered with. Albert's body was later recovered in the secret underground room. The room was accessible via the bedroom and the lab, but the entrance was cleverly hidden. Someone with close ties to the professor may well have known about the underground room. Next, let me describe what took place at the scene of the crime on December 17th. Keith Tazaki arrived at Albert's house shortly before 8. The lab door doesn't open until 8 exactly. So he waited by the entrance. However, Mr. Tazaki entered the room as soon as the door opened at 8. And proceeded to stab the professor to death with the knife he'd brought with him. Then, when Ms. Simmons arrived, he hid within the house. And while she was distracted, moved the corpse to the underground room. He then placed the body in the biological pod and exited via the bedroom to the hall. He then likely destroyed the access panel to cover his tracks. Based on the evidence, this reconstruction has an 82.2% plausibility rating. The odds that Mr. Tazaki is responsible are overwhelmingly high.
For crying out loud. The only reason I'm in the frame is because you guys haven't found anyone else who fits the bill. That sound about right? Whatever. Let's say I did it. What was my motive?
We can hypothesize. However, we do not place any value in motive. Who is responsible? How was the crime carried out? These are the crucial questions. Very well. Today, we formally indict Keith Tazaki as a suspect in this murder case. You shall be dealt with in accordance with the laws of the city. Supervisor, we assume you have no objections?
I saw it. I know he's not responsible. I need to show proof that someone else is the culprit. Eustace. I've spent every waking hour of the last few days investigating this case. The truth is still out there, buried. Before you indict him, please, just give me a little more time.
Supervisor Sion. This is a public trial. A vast number of this city's residents are observing proceedings via augmented dreaming. Your duty is not to fuel their unease and anxiety with theatrics, but to protect and preserve their peaceful slumber. Am I making myself clear?
Maybe Eustace doesn't want me unveiling the truth.
Ultimately, the citizens will determine whether your claims are truthful.
I think someone else was responsible for the crime. Allow me to explain. No. I saw the past. Elaine didn't murder the professor. The professor was conducting research on a specialized humanoid in the secret lab. This humanoid, the marionette, is known as Cystelia. They are the one responsible for his murder.
Scanning of the underground lab was completed before the trial began, but we found no trace of this marionette you describe. Formless ghosts don't warrant discussion here in the tribunal. I suppose you can provide us with the evidence to prove the marionette's culpability.
Proof that the missing marionette killed the professor. I ought to be able to prove my case with all the evidence I've gathered. 4 of the rooms in the professor's house are key to solving this case. The lab, the scene of the crime. The secret underground room. The bedroom with the mysterious puzzle. The hall connecting to the entrance. Allow me to explain the irregularities we found in each of those rooms. It's time to unveil the truth we discovered at the heart of this case.
You've got plenty of info in your investigation log. Just explain it all step by step.
Go for it, mister! Cross-reference the relevant information you found in each location!
What did you see that might be connected to the culprit's movements?
No, this doesn't have any direct relation to the case. The body found...
No!
Tell us what you found there.
I wasn't one to put that there.
This isn't the piece of the puzzle I'm looking for. The lab with the hidden door. No, this doesn't have any direct relation to the case. Time to rethink things.
Well, how do I take them out? It's not letting me pull them back out.
The marionette that disappeared from the underground room.
What does the room have to do with the culprit?
This isn't the piece of the puzzle I'm looking for. The source of the shriek in the bedroom.
You're almost there. There must be some trace of the culprit in here, too.
This isn't the piece of the puzzle I'm looking for. The corrupted access panel registry. 5 inexplicable points relating to the case. By correlating all these points, the truth of the case will come to light.
These facts you have offered up are inadequate.
Stay calm, mister. You should go over everything you found at the crime scene again, just to be sure.
I guess there's no choice. Leave this part to me, Hal.
Ash, where did you get that?
I scanned this during the investigation. I mean, half the data is fried, but whatever.
I didn't see anything like that, though. I guess now isn't exactly the time to go doubting him. Allow me to go over what happened at the crime scene on the morning of the incident.
It appears many of the citizens are in agreement with you. They're expecting you to uncover the truth in your account. Very well. I will permit you to explain the course of events in the reconstruction space.
Hal, Supervisor Sion. You'll now be transferred to a reconstruction based on the details in your investigation log. You will then reconstruct the particulars of the incident. Proceed with care. You'll only get one chance to win the citizens over.
Elaine, no need to go freaking him out like that. Don't get so worked up. Just focus on keeping your story straight. That's all there is to it.
Initiating crime scene simulation. Let up.
Pull both handles outwards to enter the reconstruction space, mister.
Well, what am I supposed to do once I got it? Well, what am I supposed to do once I got it? I got it. I'm hitting every button. What the hell's that up there, man? Oh, I can stretch it out. All right.
Is this some kind of virtual reality? It looks just like the Prof's house.
I am in virtual reality. VR.
By the way, Hal, the simulation system is the result of your ability, memory diving, being patched into the AD system. Your hypotheses based on the evidence you found will play out within the simulation. So take a deep breath and let the citizens hear your description of what happened.
Here goes. This is the secret basement room found hidden beneath the professor's house. Its existence was even kept hidden from the Administration Bureau. This is where the professor carried out his research on the marionette Cystelia. The marionette's nature is closer to that of a variant than that of a human. It appears they were an attempt by the professor to artificially construct a variant. They were here until the morning of the incident. Why are they missing now, you ask? Allow me to reconstruct the marionette's movements on that fateful morning. Cystelia awoke at 7 that morning. Yes, at the exact time the clock tower bell rang out. The marionette likely intended to harm the professor from the outset. That's my assumption based on the fact the murder weapon is missing from the room. So, what did Cystelia use to murder the professor with? Time to trace the culprit's movements. They left with the biosphere.
But how do you explain the chest wound if that was the murder weapon? So the marionette took a weapon and left the room of its own accord.
Next, the marionette headed for the lab, where the professor was eventually killed. That day, the lab was shut, and admittance to the lab was strictly regulated.
No, that's not the white.
However, access to the lab from the underground. Time to examine the door and move to the lab.
I think I messed up.
Excuse me. The marionette Cystelia.
Is there any way I can go back?
Headed to the scene of the crime via the door leading to the lab.
Well, that definitely explains why they weren't in the access registry.
There is a plant that grows in response to the presence of ion particles in the lab. The faint trace of particles given off by the marionette triggered the plant's abnormal growth.
You often see plants like that out in the eastern desert. You can see how bad contamination is getting based on how the plant's doing. Pretty neat.
I'm sure the professor must have been startled by the intruder. Cecilia approached the professor and attacked him with the weapon. The professor was hit on the head with the biosphere and died of his injuries.
Yeah, that seems way out of line with the results from the corpse scan.
Yeah, it's not letting me go back. I want to go back to
The
step
orientation
one.
of the corpse.
That's how they use... The door to the lab was later unlocked at 8, when Mr. Tozaki discovered the crime scene.
Yeah, this is not good.
Cecilia then fled through the open door.
I want to go back.
It's highly likely that the marionette is still in possession of the murder weapon.
I meant to pick up the glass.
Their
That glass.
whereabouts are still unknown.
It certainly seems plausible, but what about the professor's body?
I haven't finished my explanation just yet. The professor's murderer and the person who hid his body were two different people. So, who hid the professor's body, you ask? That was you, Keith Tozaki.
What?
Let's reconstruct the events of that morning after you spotted the marionette. After the marionette fled, Mr. Tozaki was left alone at the scene. He didn't want anyone to get the impression he was involved in the incident. So he quickly examined the scene and hatched a cover-up plan to hide the body. But then, someone entirely unexpected appeared. The professor's friend, Martha Simmons. Being spotted would sink his cover-up plan, so he hid and waited to see what would happen. In the end, the place he chose to hide was... I'll choose somewhere I won't be seen. Could this be it? Keith Tozaki headed behind the door to the underground room that had been left ajar.
That checks out. You'd have a hard time finding someone there.
And that's why there was no sign of him when Ms. Simmons discovered the professor's body. But he still wasn't in a position to hide the body. He had to divert Ms. Simmons' attention away from the body. With that objective in mind, he headed for the bedroom. After discovering the body, Martha Simmons heard a noise coming from the bedroom and left the crime scene. The source of that noise was... I think they'll understand straight away if I demonstrate the sound for them. Used the gramophone to draw Martha Simmons' attention.
You're right. It definitely does sound like a shriek.
And that's how he lured her out of the lab and into the bedroom. He passed through the underground room again and headed back to the lab for the body. By hiding the corpse, he was leaving only minimal traces of the crime at the scene. Once he arrived in the underground room, he placed the body in the empty biological pod. After that, he left the bedroom and headed for the hall. He moved swiftly to ensure he went undetected. To avoid being seen by Miss Simmons, he headed for the entrance door. That's how he escaped from the crime scene. That sums up my account regarding the missing body. That is everything that happened on the morning of the incident.
That sounds good.
Keith Tozaki may have attempted a cover-up of the incident at the crime scene, but he is not responsible for the professor's murder. No. The culprit is the professor's very own research subject, Cystelia. And they're still out there, somewhere in the city.
That was an exquisite reconstruction. It's as if you saw the events with your own two eyes. We accept the supervisor's testimony.
We hereby indict Cystelia as a suspect in the murder of Professor Albert Rumford. Use of firearms is approved. Supervisors, your orders are to terminate the suspect on site.
But damn. That sounds like you don't want her to be speaking.
That concludes this public trial.
I mean, that sounds like, you know, no trial for her.
Eustace.
That was a decent effort. Things turned out a little differently than I'd expected. But still, I'm impressed. There were some contradictions here and there. But you appear to have satisfied the residents well enough. Indeed, truth is beside the point. What matters above all is maintaining peace for everyone here in the city. Simply earning the confidence of the people is reward enough. I'm counting on you to continue serving the city and preserve its peaceful slumber. Well, without further ado... In time, you would have found out anyway. So allow me to tell you in advance. We were aware of the marionette Cestelia's existence.
Yeah.
Huh? You knew about them?
The marionette is the result of a joint research project between the professor and I. We built it 12 years ago to use in an experiment. The marionette is a copy of a variant that was cooperating with our research at the time. They were also used in the experiment Albert carried out 3 years ago. Likewise in the experiments to test and refine augmented dreaming functionality.
So it was just another lab rat, like me and the others.
You could say so. It was put into the care of the Bureau after the experiment. However, when it awoke, it slaughtered the officers guarding it and went into hiding. Bafflingly, it returned once again to the Professor.
You played dumb because it's a confidential matter in your dealings with the other cities. I'm guessing you knew about this too, Director General?
I did.
And the missing data in the underground lab?
Yes, that was my order. The marionette is a strictly classified asset. It must be kept secret from the residents.
The relevant dossier is classified.
So
but I've granted you access.
So you know there was a possibility that the dude was innocent and you was going to allow him to go on trial and probably be found guilty. Knowing of even though you know the marionette's existence. That's fucked up.
The marionette is a threat to the city. You must not approach them.
I think she's a threat to you and the shit you was scheming, creating her.
Destroy them. Before speaking to it, before even making eye contact.
Yes, so you don't. That's suspicious. Do not hunt for the reason why. Just destroy it outright. That is tempting to get rid of. That's suspicious as fuck.
I'm sorry about that.
If you keep on frowning like that, you'll get wrinkles, you know? Besides, we know your hands are tied.
I wish you'd said something to us. At least then we might have been more useful.
That's true.
Listen to him, getting his sulk on. It's only because he looks up to you so much.
You did the right thing, you know. The marionette is still out there on the loose, after murdering the professor. Ideally, it's something we shouldn't even have to hide from the residents. Anyway, you did well, Hal. I'm impressed. It's hard to believe this is your first case.
Hey, miss! I worked my socks off, too! How about a little compliment for me?
Lily, it's too soon to celebrate. We still haven't solved the case after all. The professor's murderer is hiding somewhere here in the city. We could have another murder on our hands, if the marionette feels like it.
Looks like the lockdown will have to continue for the time being.
Look, what I don't get is, why did that guy try and cover up the professor's death? There's definitely something fishy going on.
Do they have some kind of connection?
Director General, do you mind if I duck out early? I'm feeling kind of exhausted.
Same old Ash.
I suppose it won't hurt. Go on. I'll send you the classified file later. You did good today, Hal. The investigation is important, but make sure you keep an eye on how the city is doing, okay? After all, counseling is a vital part of any supervisor's role. Go on, Hal. You should head home too.
What's she doing out here?
Hal, the fact that the marionette is out there somewhere is a real concern.
See if there's anybody that needs. It's not letting me, so I guess no one needs. Alright, let's see. The hell's that?
What the?
Why's that knife there?
Something's wrong. This wasn't here this morning.
Yeah, and checkers, the chest, excuse me, is everywhere. Sign of a skull.
No?
I guess Noel still isn't back from his physical. Maya? Someone's in there.
It's her.
Freeze! Step away from Maya.
Hal, go ahead and shoot me. But first, just keep holding my hands like this for a moment.
What?
Don't you recognize me?
It's her. I bet you his sister, some kind of conscience, has gotten inside this robot. Yep, that's what I was saying.
Help me.
You're...
I'm...
Yeah, for a moment back there. So, who actually killed the professor then? Lily. Where is she?
Now, where did Lily go?
I guess Noel still isn't back from his physical.
Didn't go in here. Thought she might have went in here. Why would she take off like that?
It's a kid's drawing. The writing's kind of smudged. But this picture seems familiar somehow.
Hal, come here. If you're coming to live with us, I need to make one thing clear.
What?
If you draw something you like, then somebody puts it in the kitchen for you.
What do you like, Hal?
I like honey and milk in my tea. Maya likes hot chocolate.
Oh, there she is.
What's this?
Wait a minute, I remember. I've seen all this. This is...
It's cold. Where, Lily? Lily. Maya? Are you crying? What happened?
I'm just so happy you're awake. Look, we have the same ribbon. You don't need to be afraid of anything. I'm not going anywhere.
So warm and soft. Maya? Why?
What's this?
Hmm?
Lily.
Yeah. What were they doing in Maya's room? Look at her brain activity. It's so agitated. I bet they did something to her.
Lily, I don't think that's what's going on. I think Maya is inside the marionette.
Hal, that's crazy. Look, Maya is right here.
I mean, her mind somehow.
You saw too, right? Their movements. They were just like Maya's.
You thought so too, right? I was so sure it was Maya. But... Aren't you going to let Elaine and Ash know?
Let's just keep an eye on things until the morning.
Can't grab her hand.
Is that the professor's blood? Is this the murder weapon?
I would say so.
How?
I want to solve this on my own. Before anyone else gets involved, I'll keep this knife hidden somewhere safe. Personality construct. But isn't Maya inside it right now?
How come you don't die when you get killed?
I have no clue. And why am I being killed?
Have you ever thought about it?
The only thing I reason why I thought about is why am I being killed? Once I figure that out, then I'll figure out why I keep on living. I would just rather die. Or be killed, especially.
It's been bothering me this whole time.
Why is it bothering you? I'm the one dying.
And I've finally realized what's wrong.
Is it also so wrong if I continue living after I'm being killed? It should be wrong that I'm being killed.
Today, the city falls. Nightmare becomes reality.
Nightmare becomes reality.
No one can stop it. After all. This was all decided long, long ago.
Why that dream again? They said the city would fall. Why? Because the professor died?
Hal, what's wrong?
I'm having fucked up dreams.
I don't know. I just have this bad feeling. Let's head to the clock tower.
How long have I been playing? Head to the clock tower, huh? Now what's happening?
All clear, nothing to report.
Yeah. The city seems calm.
Hal.
Since when did you...
I just woke up. This place never changes.
Are you... Maya?
Hal, you've gotten taller.
Maya... You shouldn't be outside right now.
Do you think I killed the professor too? It wasn't me. When I woke up, he was already dead.
I know.
How did you figure out it was me so quickly?
Wait a minute. I thought it wasn't you. You said it wasn't you. Now I'm saying you.
Even I'm not sure who I am sometimes.
You're confusing the hell out of me.
Maya?
I haven't felt right ever since I woke up. Do you think the professor had some kind of plan for the city? Or maybe whoever killed him was planning something?
I don't know. The only thing I'm sure about is the fact that if we don't stop it happening...
You're right. There's definitely a way.
Wait, what?
Can
Way
you
to stop.
predict the future?
Was that a yes?
Let's head home.
The hell's that now? Uh-oh.
Hal!
Maya, this way!
Ooh, we're surrounded. We're in a dead end, girl.
Hal, at this rate, you'll end up getting caught too.
Oh, Lord. Hey! That was totally unnecessary. Oh man. Oh, that is fucked up. What in the hell? I like the song. I like the light show too. Wait a minute, puppets. Is this another? Is this critics? Does this mean this is another game completed? Does this mean there's one more added to a list that has an actual list of completed games? Which the opposing list has no listed games of non-completing? Well, in this case, I guess there would be 0 to the thousands, 0 to the thousands, 0 to the thousands. I wonder if this is this the whole game? No, actually, there's 3 games. There's episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. Was this the end of episode 1? I hope so. That would be awesome, because if that's the case, each episode being that long, where I can play hour and a half per stream. And this what stream was this? Stream 5? This might be just episode 1. So there might be 2 more parts. Well, it's still one game completed. Because the game sell separate, episodes sell separate, so. And you.
Hal, you have to get home right now. Maya, she's...
Hal, where were you? Maya, she's...
Oh no.
Hal. You have to help her.
No. I need to rewind time.
Yeah.
I need to go back again.
Someone shoot me. Shoot me. That seems the only way it happens. Now I'm asking to be shot. The hell. Episode 1 complete. Oh shit. Turn to Raymond. So now I'll be starting episode 2 within the next stream. Hey, that's not bad. I liked it. I liked that's cool as hell. But so I got a lot to look forward to then. Maybe I could get the same amount of streams on episode 2 as I did the first one. And also same amount on the third one. Bottom line, puppet, you will continue to yield to my will. And that's so real.